Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Yellowstone Season 5 may have unveiled Michelle Pfeiffer's Spinoff connection to Kevin Costner's series. Yellowstone Season 5 may have unveiled how Michelle Pfeiffer's Yellowstone spinoff, The Madison, connects to Kevin Costner's series. Yellowstone Season 1 introduced the Dutton family tree in 2018, with Costner leading the show as John Dutton II with his children, Beth Kelly Riley, Jamie, Wes Bentley, and Case Luke Grimes. While Yellowstone was one of the most popular television shows of the last decade, it concluded with Season 5 amid Kevin Costner's controversial departure. Still, the Yellowstone universe will continue to expand with a few upcoming spin-offs, including one with newlyweds Beth Dutton and Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser. The Yellowstone franchise has released two spin-offs thus far, 1883 and 1923, although both series were prequels about the Duttons. Most of executive producer Taylor Sheridan's new Yellowstone shows will take place in modern day, including Michelle Pfeiffer's upcoming spin-off. However, few details about the Madison story have been released, leaving many to wonder how Pfeiffer's saga will connect to Yellowstone. That said, Yellowstone may have given us a massive clue about Pfeiffer's Stacy Clyburn and how she could potentially connect to the rest of John Dutton's family. Taylor Sheridan may have left a clue about how Stacy fits into the folds of the Yellowstone universe in Yellowstone Season 5's finale, when Beth and Rip relocate to a ranch situated 40 miles west of Dillon, Montana. While the town that the Dutton Wheelers moved to may seem insignificant on first mention, Dillon, Montana's location on a map is worth noting. Dillon, Montana is located southwest of the Madison River Valley, with the journey between them spanning approximately 50 to 100 miles. The Madison River Valley is where the Madison gets its name, and it could also be a hint about how Stacy Clyburn and her family factor into Yellowstone's tapestry. Michelle Pfeiffer's spinoff will take place in the Madison River Valley, where Stacy Clyburn and her family will move after the death of their patriarch, and it's close to Beth and Rip. While I don't expect an abundant crossover between the Madison and Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spinoff, Sheridan could use the latter to draw attention to Michelle Pfeiffer's series when Beth and Rip's show premieres alongside Landman Season 2 in November. Taylor Sheridan's shows, especially within the Yellowstone franchise, inform each other, with small but significant connections between Yellowstone, 1883, and 1923. The shows are also known for their ability to stand alone, with one Yellowstone show not needed to inform the next. That said, viewers who watch all of Yellowstone's shows develop a deeper appreciation for the Dutton family and how different eras and clans contributed to the story. Similarly, Beth and Rip's spinoff could inform the Madison, connecting to it without requiring the shows to depend on one another. With Beth and Rip's spinoff potentially anchoring the Madison, it's another possibility supporting the momentum behind the idea that the spinoff will replace Kevin Costner's original Yellowstone show. Although it's now in production, few details about its production are known, including its title. Still, it's guaranteed that Beth and Rip's Yellowstone spinoff will keep essential elements of the original. Beth and Rip's offshoot will feature two of Yellowstone's most likable Duttons, returning Rayleigh and Hauser as their fan-favorite characters. Therefore, like Yellowstone, Beth and Rip's spinoff could potentially be used to launch new Yellowstone shows in the future, which was a key role of its predecessor. What's certain is that with 3 modern-day Yellowstone shows on the horizon, including Cases Y, Marshall's spinoff for CBS, Taylor Sheridan's franchise shows no signs of slowing down. It would be exciting if Beth did cross over with Stacy Clyburn and the rest of her brood, since Taylor Sheridan's The Madison characters represent what John Dutton was wary of as New York City transplants. In the ever-expanding universe of Taylor Sheridan's Yellowstone, whispers of new blood entering the ranchlands of Montana are as inevitable as the next family feud. But this time, the whispers aren't about a new cowboy, cattle rustler, or political rival. They're about a silver screen icon stepping into the rough-hewn world of the Duttons, Michelle Pfeiffer. Yes, you read that right. The elegant, enigmatic Pfeiffer, known for her roles in everything from Scarface to Batman Returns to the fabulous Baker Boys, might just be trading in red carpets for dust-covered boots. And if the clues buried within Yellowstone's most recent episodes are anything to go by, the groundwork is in the creek. Pfeiffer's name in dialogue. During Season 5, Part 2's anticipated return, an intriguing moment stood out to fans who watch every frame like Duttons watching a fence line. In a conversation between Beth and Rip, Rip cryptically references the woman from Paradise Valley who used to ride like the wind and could shoot straighter than any man. To casual viewers, it might have seemed like another slice of poetic cowboy nostalgia, but die-hard fans took notice when Beth added, almost wistfully, she left before the world ever knew who she really was. This could have been a throwaway line, but in Yellowstone, nothing is ever just dialogue. The show has a penchant for planting story seeds years before they bloom. And with Michelle Pfeiffer's name suddenly swirling in fan circles, it feels more like foreshadowing than fiction. Taylor Sheridan's cryptic casting patterns. Taylor Sheridan is no stranger to curveball casting. He introduced us to a new side of Kevin Costner with Yellowstone, reimagined Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren for 1923, and brought in real-life country stars for 1883. He has an uncanny knack for pairing legendary actors with dusty, emotionally raw roles that peel back layers we didn't know existed. So casting Michelle Pfeiffer, a 3-time Oscar nominee with both grit and grace, in the Yellowstone universe isn't just a smart move, it's Sheridan's style. Who could Pfeiffer play? Theories from the bunkhouse. The most popular theory buzzing through fan forums is that Pfeiffer could play Margaret Dutton's estranged sister, a character never before mentioned but hinted at through gaps in the 1883 family narrative. This would place Pfeiffer squarely in the timeline of a potential new spin-off set in the 1890s or early 1900s, the bridge between 1883 and 1923. Other theories propose Pfeiffer as a modern-day rival rancher with old Dutton blood, perhaps the granddaughter of a Dutton who split from the family generations ago. This could easily lead into a new series set parallel to Yellowstone, focusing on long-lost branches of the family tree, converging in a new battle for land, legacy, and survival. One particularly tantalizing theory imagines Pfeiffer as Evelyn Dutton's sister, John's late wife's kin, who returns to the Yellowstone after decades of estrangement, claiming a piece of the past and maybe the future. That would put Pfeiffer's character in direct collision with Beth, Case, and the Dutton power structure, stirring up drama the way only Sheridan knows how. A spin-off in the works? Paramount has remained tight-lipped, but their recent trademark filings point toward a project titled Dutton Legacy, an as-yet unannounced series that many now believe could serve as Michelle Pfeiffer's debut in the franchise. The timing aligns. With Kevin Costner reportedly finishing his time as John Dutton, the franchise needs new stars to keep the fire burning. Pfeiffer offers not only name recognition but dramatic chops strong enough to build a new dynasty on. And Pfeiffer herself has hinted at a project rooted in American mythology, family, and survival in recent interviews. When pressed, she smiled and said, "It's something I never thought I'd do, but I'm glad I said yes." For a woman whose career has spanned everything from fantasy to mafia thrillers to indie dramas, riding a horse under the big sky doesn't seem far-fetched. If anything, it seems overdue. Why Michelle Pfeiffer is perfect for Sheridan's world. There's a quiet intensity to Michelle Pfeiffer's screen presence, the kind that doesn't need monologues to make an impact. In the world of Yellowstone, where silence often speaks louder than bullets, she would thrive. Pfeiffer's characters have always walked the line between elegance and danger. Whether as the ice-cold Catwoman or the emotionally scared Ingrid in the deep end of the ocean, she commands attention. And that's exactly what a new frontier needs, not just another cowboy with a gun, but a matriarch with vision, trauma, and ambition. Imagine her in a long coat on horseback, staring across the plains at land that once belonged to her family and might again. Imagine her standing toe-to-toe with Beth, trading verbal jabs with the sharpness of spurs. Imagine her locking horns with ranchers, oil companies, and corrupt politicians. This isn't just casting, it's poetry. The future of Yellowstone, a woman's West? Yellowstone has always had strong female characters, but Sheridan's universe has largely revolved around the men who built the land and the women who navigate its violence. Michelle Pfeiffer could change that dynamic.